Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I'm going to explain connected web parts in SharePoint Online. Let's get into the actual video. This is really useful feature that lets you connect two web parts on a page. So when someone clicks something in one web part, it updates or shows the related information in another one without writing any code. So in this video, I will show you three examples. We will start with some basic ones and end with one bit more advanced example. So first I will show you how we can preview a file just by clicking it in a document library, and we will connect that document library web part with a file media web part. Let me show. So in this leave management SharePoint site, you can see employee leave approved files document library is there, which is containing employees approved files. Now we will see how to display whenever we click on this file, then how it will display the data in another web part. So for that, I created one new page for this. Let me edit this one. So here I will add one new section with the two column layout. So in the first one, we will take the document library. So this document library will displays the employee leave approved files. So I choose the document library and now go to the properties. You can control show command bar or show see all the button these things. You can just hide it. And in case for this document library, if we have multiple views, you can choose that views over here only. I choose this one and apply these things. Here you can able to see this document library displaying all the document files which are present in it with modified column. Now I will add in this section, I will add the file and media web part. Here, click on its properties and there you can see the connections. So connect to a source. Now when you choose this one here, employee leave approved files is there. So you can choose the document library. In this SharePoint site, I have only this document library. In case you have multiple document libraries, that will be come over here. Now let me republish this one. So if you click on this one, you can see the data present in this PDF. It is displaying in this file and media web part. So if I click on the another one, so that data also it is displaying. So this way we can connect document library web part with the file and media. In the same way, there are other two web parts also there, list web part and also the list properties web part. So for doing this one, let me show you the SharePoint list. So here I have an employee leave request. Now I will add two column section over here. So here I will add the list web part. So for this one, go to the properties. So you can able to select the list which you want. So here you can see I have these many SharePoint list present in the site. I will choose the employee leave request and the views also. These many views are there. I will choose leave titles so we can able to see only the titles of that leave request, and I will hide these things. Let me apply these changes. So now you can able to see only leave request id and employee name and leave title. In this second section we will add the list properties. So for this one, after adding, go to the properties and here you can able to see the connection connected to the source. So now we need to choose this one, employee leave request. Okay. In case if you don't want to show all columns details, then you can uncheck the columns which you don't want to display in this web part. So here I have unchecked these columns. So still it will display these many columns data. Now let's save the changes. Changes are saved. Now republish it once. Now when I click on any particular item, you can see the selected items details will be displayed in this list properties web part. So in case if you don't want to show all these things, you can again edit this one and you can uncheck the fields which you don't want to show. Since it was showing many columns details, let me hide and I will show you only the few one. Okay. Now, if we click any particular item, you can able to see that many fields data over here. This way, you can connect to two web parts. This way, we can easily display the selected item details in the list properties web part. So till now, we have seen two different example. One is the document library web part and the file and media. So whatever the file we will select over here, that selected file detail will be displayed in this file and media. And the same here also, whatever we select in the list web part, that properties will be displayed in the list properties. Finally, we will look at more interesting example like how to filter one list based on whatever you select in another list or library. Like you can click on any project name and it will show the task related to that project in another web part. So it will be possible with the dynamic filtering. So to explain for this one, I have created two different SharePoint list. So this is the IT project list, which is containing the project ID, project title, and project type, and some other columns which are related to the project. And then there is another SharePoint list named project task. So this list is containing the details about the task details. And here you can see there is a lookup column named project ID, which is taking values from this IT project. So in this IT project, the project ID, which is a title field, I renamed it as a project ID. So this title field I am taking as a lookup field in the project task. Now we will create connected web parts. So this time we will take both list web parts only. Okay, now go to the pages. Home page I will choose. Let me edit this page. Here I will add a column section. So here we will choose the list web part. Since we are storing the project and the task details in the SharePoint list, we will take list web parts only. So here for this first list web parts, we will choose the IT projects as a data source. So this is the list which contains the project details. Now edit these properties. So here we have only one view. So it will display all the columns details over here only. Auto size we will show medium of 15 items, and I will hide this command bar and all, see all this one, and let me apply. Now republish it. So here you can able to see the IT projects in this page, but it is not looking good, right? So we will create one view for this, which will only take the project title and project ID. So for that one, click on the add new view, click on the list, provide project titles, click on create. So here, when you click on this one, you can able to see add or remove fields are there. So we will keep only project ID and title, and we will remove remaining fields. So in this view, we can able to see project ID and project title. Now go back to the SharePoint page, home page. So here we will change the view to project title. So we can simply see the project title and the project ID. Let me apply this one. Now it is looking good. And now in the another section also we will take the list web parts, but this time we will take the data source as a project task. So just go to this one, go to this properties and choose the project task. So in case if you want to show only few columns details, you can create another view like we created for these projects. Otherwise you can keep the all items only, and I will hide these two things. Now for implementing dynamic filtering, you can see there is an option named dynamic filtering. Enable this one. Now it will prompt you some questions. So here you can see column in the project task to filter. So based on which column you are we are trying to filter, it was asking. So we can choose the project ID. So this is the lookup column, right? So with this only we can apply filters, and list or library containing the filter value. So in this list only we have the filter values, right? So I have chosen IT projects, and then another question came column containing the filter values properties. So in this IT projects, which one is containing the filter values? Project ID, right? So from these fields I choose the project ID. Now let me click on this apply. Now we set up the dynamic filtering on both the list web parts. Let me click on project ID. So in this project task, you can see with this project ID, IT-001, we have two tasks for this one. Let me choose another one. For the second one, we have four different tasks are present. So this way we can apply dynamic filtering to the connected web parts. So here we took two list web parts and we have applied the dynamic filtering. It is not limited to one or two web parts. We can also connect multiple web parts if we have like the common column. So in this both the SharePoint list, the common column is the project ID. So like this, if we have multiple SharePoint list and document libraries, you with the same column we can connect, and in the SharePoint page with this connected web parts and dynamic filtering you can easily apply. So on the page itself, with this one click you can see the related data of that particular project or anything. Now these three examples we have discussed are very simple to set up and they can really make your SharePoint site pages more interactive. I hope you understand how to use this connected web parts in SharePoint. Thank you for watching this video and don't forget to subscribe our channel.